welcome to another match in this old frame format here, old frame Highlander. My deck is looking like this. As I said in the last videos about the format, I played a Ponza deck where I tried to leverage on the fact that many of the decks I saw when I first looked at deck lists had super aggressive lines of combo and really greedy mana bases. So I wanted to exploit that weakness, and so far it has worked out fine for me. And that's the deck I'm also playing in this matchup here. I am up against this classic blue and white control list with moat and standstill, counter magic. You have some big flyers that can fly over the moat here in the bottom row. So I was afraid when I saw the first line drops in the game being basic lines. Sorry to spoil here, but I do have some cards that do not like basic lines at all because they can't deal with them. So very nice thought up here by Adam by not being too greedy. There are more dual types in the land department here, but he chose to go with a ton of basics, which I find very smart here. He is also protected against Blood Moon decks, which is also something that we see in this format. But all in all, a very control-like shell here, and let's see how the matches go. Into the first game here, we see a mulligan on the left from Adam, and a treetop village here for me. This setup is through Discord with us playing left and right instead of up and down, and I have because of the layout here, room to put in some cards so you can follow along nicely what's going on. Somehow my screen is flipped, so I think this is needed with the showing of the cards I'm playing here. I haven't shown Barbarian Ring and Opt here, but Classic Start here with Sylvan. Sylvan is like one of the few cards that actually draw me into more gas so that I can hinder my opponent's plans. But as I said in the deck tech here, I don't like to see that he just drops basic lands. I was fearing a mono blue deck here, but it is not mono blue. Fetching here for forest and putting down a morph creature. And the land is removed. He puts down a basic plains while I'm struggling to shuffle all these cards, putting them back into 3 piles here, so it's clear that I have cut the deck. A 4th land, activating treetop and swinging for 5. Great. Seeing that I am up against control here, most likely, he's digging for something at least, and he is in the white and blue colors. I'm just full throttle ahead. I think that's how this game should be played. So I am on the aggressive side here, being able to pick my cards with the Sylvan Library. The furnace is nice if the game goes long, but I don't think it's relevant here. And he should probably just use it to cycle. Activating trees up, swing for 5. Okay, Mystical Tutor. banned in Premodern, not playable in old school, so not a lot of times that you get to see this in these mixed formats here. I believe it's only 1 point to find an instant and put it on, or sorcery, and put it on top. And he finds a Wrath of God. Wrath of God isn't the biggest problem here because it cannot deal with my treetop since it's sorcery removal, and my treetop will be a land. Okay, Wrath is played, and I reveal that it is a beast from this Legions set, where you can. They had a lot of focus on morphs, and you can destroy a land, not a non-basic here, but any land for 5, and being able to swing for 1 more damage. But it is done. It has dealt 4 damage, and it would require 2 cards to get rid of it, so I think it's worth it for me. Swinging for 3, puts down a Wall of Blossoms, drawing a card here, a known card, because I have seen what's on top with the Sylvan. And I'm not the only one who plays morphs, so he puts down a morph creature. I do have several ways of dealing with it, like with lightning bolt or chain lightning and such, so it's not impossible for me to stop whatever is put down here. I also have Wildfire. I'm 1 red mana short here and 1 mana short in total, but a later game, which is not, yes, it is recorded, but it's not ready to put on YouTube yet. But I'll just say that Wildfire is a heck of a card, and we'll see that in a later upload on the profile. Swing for 3 here with Trample, so he takes it. I play down a Mox and a Mountain, and puts in an Elephant token with Call of the Herd. And because he used his furnace, I can play out another elephant next turn and still have mana for an attack with the treetop. So he's in a bad spot here. And here my deck just looks like a red-green beats deck. So yeah, he packs it up, shows the dragon here, 1-0 for me, and on to the next match. I said next match is, of course, next game here. Dropping right into the game, we saw a portent from my opponent on turn 1, and I followed that up with a Llanowar, probably the most iconic creature of all times. Has been printed so many times that every Magic player knows what it is, and it's relevant throughout Magic's history. So great start here, and 3 mana for a morph, which do not resolve because he has Prohibit, and it's a Historon. See, right now it makes sense to put cards down below here because there's a lot of stuff going on, and if you don't play Premodern, maybe you don't know all these cards, and if you don't play non-tier 1 Premodern, you probably also have a few cards that you do not know here from the card pool. But I think it's worth it for him to counter whatever morph I put out here. Playing out a Birds of Paradise, and putting down a Surinorb also. Surinorb is pretty nice if I am in an abundance of lands, and it pairs well with Sylvan Library to get more draws. So whenever I draw a land, it's only it nets 2 life loss instead of 4 because I can just sack the land again, making me able to draw into more stuff, more gas. Very powerful card, also in its time with balance when it was printed. Yeah, and in this matchup here, and in this format in general, there's a lot of thinking because you are represented with a ton of options all the time. Here's your potent, not sorry, and what is it called? You look at top 4 cards and you choose one to put on the live on in your hand and rest on the bottom of your library. You do not shuffle impulse. Um, You do not shuffle. That's an error on the card itself. It makes no sense to put something on the bottom and then shuffle. It should either be on bottom or shuffle. So later prints do not have that shuffle your library afterwards. But a nice card if you are searching for answers here, which he probably is. What can you do with 4 mana? Seal of Cleansing is something. Don't know if it's good against my deck though. And Standstill. So we are in a standstill here. Not the best spot to be in, but I do have an attacker here and he don't, so I guess it's okay here. Wasteland. Wasting his only non-basic, which is the Tundra. I think it's a great play because if he had some shenanigans with stuff that he can use mana for, I have now hindered that plan. And swinging in with the elf here. And swing again. 1 more damage. 5 cards in hand, displaying it with a dice in the bottom of my screen. Untapping here, swing, and I do cycle here. Yeah, this my opponent thought that I played a card. I do not. I just cycle a card. I cycle to draw 2 cards, of which one is a land I search for, and then I draw another one from the cycle. Ability, super strong card in general, but here under Standstill Log, it's amazing. Because I think it comes down to who can find a mana land first. I don't know why I don't play Gitu Encampment in this deck. I should do so if I choose to play it again. Definitely something to add here. But I think I'm in the best spot here. And he is thinking here. Okay, he chooses to. Yeah, I have 6 cards in hand, so I draw 3. Now I'm at 9 cards. In my turn, I'm at 10. He plays down a morph. So 10 cards in hand. And here is the trouble of this this format here. There's always something to do. 6 mana. Counting, counting, counting. He has 4 cards in hand and 1 island untapped. Let's see. Okay, 3 mana for a Harrow. Search for 2 basic lands, put them into play. Will cries and a sacrifice of a land when it's played, but it still ramps and it thins out a deck. Here in this format, I think it thins out the deck so that I am more pleased when I shuffle. finding one of each type of basic here. One stamped basic from a tournament I was at this summer, um, and just a gold border one, I think. Okay, 5 mana left. A tremble. So each player sacrifices a land here, still holding him off from a ton of mana, making him making him play at 3 mana when we've seen the deck list afterwards is super strong. And then a fireball here on the morph. So he has to reveal it as an angel. So also here we can see the importance of keeping him off those lands there. He puts down my Surnop and draws for turn. Wasteland. I have no targets for that. I only have 4 lands in play, of which all are basics. And I spot to me in. 4 mana Humility. Humility is a heck of a card here, especially against me, but it does power up my bird though, so I have 2 1/1s. So I can just keep swinging here and chip in damage. Unless he has something up his sleeve, I think that's a good plan at least. He don't have much removal. So he doubled the clock speed. And I play down a tome. A tome where I can activate to discard or draw and discard. And then this crazy card. Take a read at this here. 5 mana to play a random card from your deck. In a singleton format, this can go south quite fast. I don't think there's anything I don't want to play here. So I am able to activate it on next turn. Just clearing up my board. My 2 1/1s could just go on top of each other. They are the same. Don't know if I'm pointing at the mana cost here. Yeah, powder keg. So he can take care of my 1/1s, as in taking care of my clock, but now he puts down a tower, which can also do that. When it activates, it combos quite well with humility, being able to still have the stats that's printed on the card instead of being a 1/1. It has something to do with layers. I'm no judge, but I do know that interaction with manlands and humility. Swinging for 2 more. Okay, now we see an activation here. So we see a shuffle, 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 and then I am to reveal the top here, and I can play it without paying any mana for it. It's a, well, this is an altar, but it's an elf of Deep Shadow. Looking at the card here, playing down a land, and I think I misunderstood what the card does here, because I don't know why I wouldn't play out a 1/1 for free. Because it can pressure his life total. He is at 12. And especially if I get a spell that can get rid of the land there, the tower. Pretty bad play here. Maybe I just didn't understand the card when I played it here, because that's why it's good. Okay, looking for cards here. Tome. Putting the elf in the bin, which could have been in play. I could have been 1 card deeper, which is a shame. Mountain and Mindstone. 4 mana. for the much better tome here. Okay, so he sees the problem here. He needs to get rid of something else here. On 2 mana, he can remove the Mind Stone and the temporal aperture here, but not sure if that's what he wants to do. He ships the turn back. But yeah, he did take care of the problem with the 1/1s, so not in a hurry here for him. Does have time. 3, 4 mana, draw a card. One, two. Grim Monolith. Okay. To utilize Grim Monolith, you need to have a big play here. If you just use it to make mana and then untap it, it's not that good of a deal here. But it does make me able to find a card to play here. Maybe now I do remember to play it for free. Let's see. I actually do not remember. I didn't play land here, so I can't play a land. That's the nice thing about this card compared to modern cards where it says cast. You can cast something. So he puts it up to 3 and removes the tome. I think he should have removed it on 2, so he gets a 3 for 1. Maybe he thought that the other tome was 3 as well. And yeah, we do take backsies here because he, of course, wants to get rid of something else than the tome I didn't even activate. He is at 6 mana, which is not how this match should be going for me, at least. But let's see if he can utilize that. Okay, so a way to get rid of my graveyard. He do not know about my terrible Magnivore. He do not know about my regrowth, especially. So I don't know if he think that it's worth it to like hinder 3% of my deck. And my graveyard is big already, so there is a long way there. Maybe he should just cycle it. That's probably what he is thinking of. Activate and swing here? Don't know why he did that though. Because I am winning this race here. I'm at 19, he's at 12. I also have a treetop. It's right there in the middle of my land pile. Right behind the mountain. I didn't hide it. It's pretty clear to me that it's there. Drawing a card from Tome. Drawing more cards than the control deck is nice. Activating Treetop. And swing for 5 damage here. That's rough. Don't know what he was thinking of. He could have blocked either 3 damage or killed a 1/1 and blocked 1 damage. Playing an Ursus Bauble, the bubble that makes me able to look at his hand, take a peek at 1 card at random, which I do. Okay. Yeah, don't know why he haven't played that yet. Maybe he's in a situation where he thinks he needs to draw the extra cards from kicking it. But nice to know that my tome is probably dead. Just showing him my graveyard to figure out what he's going to remove. He can remove a land or sorceries. I think I mentioned that sorceries and lands are what is interesting. Takes the wasteland, probably the right call here because regrowthing it can be a 2 mana Stone Rain. And he's at 6 mana, a position he likes to be in, I believe. But it's now the time to kill my tome. What does he have the time to do that? That treetop village could just be wastelanded? Question mark. It does have that wasteland behind the filter land. Yeah, again, a lot of decisions to be made here. With a singleton deck of 100 cards, you have so many different lines that you're presented with each turn. He has only 4 cards in hand, but still a lot of possibilities to make a play. He enlightened tutors. He wants to make a bigger play than what we know he can do, because he can destroy the artifact. He moats. Okay, cool. He can destroy the artifact like my tome, and he can wasteland my treetop. He can keep up the tower as a blocker to extend the game. But then I still have my other tome, which just cycles through my deck. So he is not in the best position here. And he used a turn for this because he still needs to draw into it. Cycles, Lonely Sandbar, and plays down the moat. Okay, fair enough. So now my problem is I cannot attack. But he is tapped out. And I can still draw cards. I do have ways to remove enchantments. The game is not over yet, but it looks tough. Yeah. Searching for answers. Naturalize is a good card. Hull Breach, also a good card. This Worm I just discarded, very bad card. I have mentioned it before, but I still don't know what it's doing in my deck with this low of a creature count. It's not good. It does have nice stats, a 7/7 for 5 mana with trample, but at the rate, well, my rate of creatures is low, so not worth it. Okay, so now he kills my way of searching through my deck while he also draws cards and plays another land down. Searching here. Okay, plow under. I put 2 cards, 2 lands in play on top of the library of the player who controls them. So I need to target him or me. Force of Will. Well spent Force of Will. because it's almost a time walk in this spot of the game. A double time walk even, making him draw into cards that were already in play for 2 turns. Nice card if you are able to land it, can extend the game, and in this situation here I can make him draw into lands, and if I have managed to, like if my plan would have worked, and I've destroyed his lands, I would probably be in a better situation. Stone Rain here on the dual typing. And he puts down another land. So I have 9 lands here. Thinking of my outs, because I need to get rid of the moat and to either swarm the board with a ton of creatures, which I don't have, or also getting rid of the humility. Chances are slim. Okay, so I think I have another plan here because Terravor is discarded. I'm just drawing through my deck here with the tome. I think I'm in an alright situation. Okay, so he does have something here. Okay, so he has this muse, this white muse, which is like a propaganda stick. I have seen it pop up in a few white pre-modern decks, like some white mid-range decks with angels. But again, here he has mode. I don't have flying. I'm in green mainly, so no flying here. And now I put down another 1/1. Yeah, it doesn't do much here, but it does attack. It does make him able to attack. Now, Mystical Tutor, what will he find? I think these tutors from Mirage and Ice, because you actually need to show what you're finding here. And it's not put into your hand, it's put on top of your library. And there are ways to interact with it. And you do have like a delayed sort of tutor effect. A chain of vapor. So he's going to chain my tome and then counter it, maybe? Probably. So he does have counter magic in hand then, and removing my way to drawing into more stuff. Okay, chain is on top. 1 card in hand, 2 cards in hand. Now he might be able to play down a chain of vapor on my tome. He should do it now in his turn before I get like another chance to activate it. Or is he? Yeah, he is removing his humility so he can actually start to attack. It bumps up my amount of mana here, but it's not swinging for much though, this Muse. 2 damage a turn, I do think I can survive that. My creatures does have some abilities now, like mana here, and this is an Ursa's Rage. Kicked, cannot be countered, and it deals enough damage. He can't interact with this. He can't counter it. He just looked it up, and that's the end of the game here. And it's a 2-0 for me. And I'm just showing him that I had more gas in hand, and yeah, that is game. Phew, off to the playoffs.